Summer Owens, author, speaker, and So What Success Coach. And today I have another lesson from my first book, Life After Birth, a memoir of survival and success as a teenage mother. It's the 10th anniversary of me publishing this book that absolutely changed my entire life, and I'm so grateful to say it has changed a lot of other lives too. And I'm sharing the lessons learned that I wrote at the end of every chapter that helped me to become what I call a So What success story, and that's success over obstacles. Today, I am in the final chapter, The Successful Grown Woman. So I've shared my journey over the past 90 or so videos, 90 or so videos of lessons learned that I shared throughout the book that have taken me on this wild journey, a beautiful journey of ups and downs, highs and lows, and a lot of lessons that helped me to get where I am today. And guess what, guys? I'm still learning lessons every single day. And I've definitely learned a lot of lessons in the 10 years since I published this book. But here's today's lesson. Life is simply the sum of our choices. I made some good ones, but I also made some bad ones. Rather than letting my mistakes determine my future, I use them to make me stronger and wiser and help me shape a better life for me and my son. Life is the sum of our choices. Life is the sum of our choices. We're all born into the world under different circumstances in different ways, and we live lives based on who our parents are, what situations we're born into, but we have choices in all of that. And especially once we reach adulthood, we have the choice to change anything that we don't like about our lives. But even before we're adults, there are lots of choices that we can make in our life that can make our life better, or they can make our lives harder. And even when we make mistakes and even when we don't make the best choices, we can make better choices after we make that bad choice, or after that bad circumstance, or after that mistake. The key is understanding we have control. We have control over our lives. Yes, I'm a woman of faith. And if you've been listening to these lessons, you know it. I've said it many times. And God does have the final say so. But He gives us control over our lives too. We can make choices. We can make choices on the people we choose to let into our lives, the people we choose to have relationships with, the people we choose to have children with, the people we choose to marry. We have choices over the places that we work. We have choices over going to school or not going to school. We have choices over how we spend our money, or if we save our money, if we invest our money. We have choices. We have big choices like a lot of the ones that I just said, and each of those have daily choices within them. And then we also have many other choices that we can make every single day. And that choice might be to get up or lay in the bed all day. It might be to exercise or to eat healthy or to eat junk food and not exercise. We have choices. And the key to life is understanding that your life, where you are and how successful you are at any point in your life, whether that's at, at 15, at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60, at death, wherever you are in your life, it's going to be based on the choices that you make leading up to that point in your life. But also understanding that every choice that you make has consequences, good and bad. But every choice that we make has consequences. So you just decide today, what kind of life do I want to have? What kind of life do you want to live? You want to live a life of struggle? Do you want to, or do you want to live a life of peace and tranquility, of prosperity? Well, it comes down to your choices. It comes down to the choices that you make every single day. And it comes down to those big choices. Do I go to school? Do I not go to school? Do I go to work? When I go to work, how do I act? When I go to school, what do I get involved in? Who do I connect with? Who do I make relationships with? How do I maintain friendships? What are the choices that you are making in your life? How can you calculate those choices so that you can have the life that you say that you want? And maybe you spend a little bit of time thinking about, what kind of life do I want? What kind of life do I want? And we know life will happen, things will change, and the type of life that you want, type of life that you have, will change. It'll adjust as you grow and adjust and mature and figure out who you are and what you want for your life. And I'm still learning and adjusting every day. I'm still figuring out who I am and what I want for my life and for my future. But based on what I say I want at any particular point in my life, I'm making the choices that align to actually have that. So if you say you want something, are you making the choices so that you can have it? Give it some thought. Whatever life that you say that you want to have tomorrow, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and even 50 years from now, think about the life that you want and ask yourself, are the choices that I'm making aligning to that life? Are the choices that I'm making going to help me get to that place in my life, or where I can have that for my life? Keep learning, keep growing, keep making good choices, and stay with me so I can help.